Welcome to StoryZen. In our lives, we all run into problems. Some small, others big. But there is a truth we must always remember. Avoiding a problem never makes it go away. In fact, when we ignore our troubles, they often come back stronger than before. Today's story from StoryZen is a powerful reminder that fear can only be conquered with courage, and problems can only be solved when we face them with the right mindset. Deep inside a forest, surrounded by lush green hills, there was a large cave where a kind-hearted rabbit lived. He was loved by all the other animals because he was always ready to help anyone in need. Whenever someone was in trouble, the rabbit never turned his back on them. One morning, the rabbit left his cave to look for food. He was really hoping to find something special, maybe a fresh fruit or, even better, a carrot. Carrots were his absolute favorite, and he had grown tired of eating plain leaves every single day. Now, in this forest, finding a carrot was almost impossible. But on this particular day, luck was on his side. Suddenly, he spotted a bright orange carrot lying near a bush. He was overjoyed. He carefully picked it up, and instead of eating it right away, he decided to take it back to his cave to enjoy it in peace. The thought of savoring it inside his cozy home made him even happier. However, on his way back, something unexpected happened. Lost in his excitement, he wasn't watching the path carefully. All of a sudden, he slipped near the riverbank and almost fell into the rushing water. Luckily, he managed to grab onto a tree root and save himself. But sadly, the carrot slipped from his hand and fell into the river. Terrified, he ran along the bank, hoping it would get stuck somewhere. But the carrot just floated away and disappeared beneath a deep, powerful waterfall. Heartbroken and completely exhausted, the rabbit gave up. He had no strength left to search for more food. All he wanted was to go home and rest. But when he reached his cave, fear froze him in his tracks. Something felt wrong. His heart began to pound in his chest. With a trembling voice, he called out, "Who is inside my cave?" There was only silence. He gathered a little more courage and shouted louder this time. Suddenly, a deep, thunderous voice echoed from inside. "I am the one who breaks a rhino's bones and crushes an elephant into dust." The rabbit's legs started to shake. He stepped back in terror. How can someone like me fight such a powerful creature? He thought, his mind racing. Just then, a wolf happened to pass by. The rabbit begged him for help. The wolf, full of confidence, said, "Don't worry. All the animals in this forest fear me." He walked boldly up to the cave and let out a fierce growl. But again, the same terrifying voice boomed from the darkness. The wolf trembled and quickly ran away. Next, a tiger came along. The rabbit explained everything. The tiger proudly roared in front of the cave, sure of his strength. But when the booming voice repeated the same threat, even the mighty tiger lost his courage and fled into the trees. Then, a rhino arrived, snorting angrily. When the mysterious voice threatened to break his bones too, the rhino panicked and ran for his life. Finally, even a massive elephant stepped forward to help. But after hearing that dreadful voice, the mighty elephant turned and ran faster than anyone had ever seen him run before. The rabbit felt completely hopeless. All the strongest animals in the forest had failed. Just as he was about to give up, a small frog hopped toward him. "Can I help?" the frog asked calmly. The rabbit looked at him with doubt. Even the wolf, the tiger, the rhino, and the elephant ran away in fear. How can you possibly succeed? The frog just smiled gently. "It doesn't matter who failed before. Let me try." All the animals who had run away returned secretly to watch what would happen. The frog hopped closer to the cave and called out boldly. The same loud, terrifying voice echoed back. But instead of running, the frog shouted back, "Well, come out and face me then." Inside the cave, the creature suddenly became frightened. Seeing a large shadow looming near the entrance, it slowly, cautiously crept out. And to everyone's surprise, it was just a tiny little caterpillar. The echo inside the cave had made its small voice sound powerful and terrifying. The animals burst into laughter. They had all been scared of something so small. Friends, this story from StoryZen teaches us 3 very important lessons. First, small problems that are ignored at the beginning can appear much, much bigger later on. The rabbit lost his carrot, a small problem, but it led him to a much bigger, scarier one at his own home. Second, it's courage, not size or strength, that truly defeats fear. The wolf, tiger, rhino, and elephant were all strong, but they lacked the courage to face the unknown. And third, running away from problems never solves them. The frog was small, but he dared to face the problem directly, and that made all the difference. So in your own life, never ignore the small issues. And when big challenges appear, face them bravely. Remember, fear always grows in darkness, but courage is what brings the light. If this story inspired you, please don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. And make sure to subscribe to StoryZen for more meaningful stories that will help you grow stronger and wiser every single day. We'll see you in the next story.